everyone to the You're One of Us Now. This is our special You're One of Us Now OMG Machines first live webinar. We're going to, if everyone likes this, we'll keep holding these. Greg is on omgmachines.com/blog, and if you go there right now and if you click in on that first post, you actually have to click in on the post to be able to go to the comment section. And there's actually already a bunch of comments down there from people who got the word in a little bit early. And this is it's an exciting post. Greg, I was going through it last night. It was really hard, really heartfelt for me. I really enjoyed it. You talking about freedom and what's going on for you. And oh, Randall's here. Randall's here. That's great. Maybe,
Awesome.
maybe we'll get Randall to come live and give folks. Oh, look, Omar Martin commented. That's
yeah, just
exciting.
saw that. He's
That's
a real
cool.
good guy, Omar is.
Yeah, the guy's a hero. So we've scroll down here as we still have people kind of arriving by the second. So we're going to probably not actually begin the event until about about another minute. So if you have a second to scroll down and write in a comment, let us know what you think of OMG so far. Let us know what you think of Greg and the whole OMG experience. I guess if you think it stinks, you can let us know, but I don't think anyone thinks it stinks. I think everyone likes it, and we love it. We're having a good time. I'll kind of preface things by saying that, whenever I could be doing anything I want. I could be in any industry I want because of the power of online marketing, and wherever I go, I want that place to be a shining city on a hill. That was something that really inspired me when when I learned about it. It was something that Ronald Reagan used to talk about, how he thought of America as a shining city on a hill. And I think of all the projects that I work on, and I certainly think of OMG Machines this way, very much, very, very near and dear to my heart. I think of this as a shining city on a hill, a place where people come together in Providence to help each other, to help have success. Greg and I have pledged to you that we're here 50% for our own profit, but we're also here 50% to experience your extraordinary public testimonials. And depending on how good you guys do with those public testimonials, we may have to ratchet that up to 100% profit and 100% testimonials. So we'll let you know as things progress. But let us know. Give us your public testimonial on OMG blog. Let us know what you think so far. We want to hear about it. And let us know what you think about this event as it goes on. Well, the structure of this event is we're going to begin with some website reviews, as I announced. I actually might do some marketing reviews as well. So we're going to do some rapid, you know how Greg does it, rapid, fast-paced, boom, boom, boom. We're going to be doing SEO reviews and also talking about the conversion angle, so the traffic getting and the money getting. And we're going to do that for around 45 or 50 minutes, and then we're going to have a brief intermission. And that'll let me and Greg stretch our legs, and if you want to get another cup of coffee or whatever, if you want to post on the blog or whatever, that's fine. And we actually are going to have another big announcement today. We've been getting so many emails in about OMG DFYs. Greg, actually, I just got an email yesterday from Greg. Greg just turned down a $60,000 SEO contract. Is that the right number, Greg?
Yeah, it's $5,000 a month and then a year contract.
Yeah, so 5 times 12 is $60,000, and in part because Greg already has, and actually me too at this point. We have pre-orders stacked to the ceiling, and still we really wanted to have a super duper DFY program. So we're going to let you guys, we're going to let the cat out of the bag on that later on in this event as well. So that's going to be really cool for you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wind up the event. After our intermission, we're going to wind up the event taking your questions. So if you have questions, you can ask them now. We may not be able to get to them till the end of the event. I see some questions about keyword density and what's going on and so forth. So let's begin. I actually want to talk about my crazy day today, Greg, because okay. I had an emergency today. My tooth was on fire. One of my teeth at the top middle of my mouth just committed a complete mutiny today, and had threatened to just completely wipe out this entire webinar tonight. And so I called up our friend David Mills, and I got him to take me over to the dentist, which was really cool of him. And I was at the dentist, and he was doing. He asked me what I did because I. Oh, and by the way, which dentist did I go to? Anyone want to guess what method I used to pick a dentist?
Internet.
The internet, exactly. I looked him up on Google. So I went to the guy who was #1 on Google for Charlottesville dentist, and I sat down there, and I asked him if he was in charge of his. Are you in charge of your SEO? And of course, you know where I got that from, right, Greg?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, from that was Martin was the one who came up with that, right?
Yeah, his I think it was his sister, and Martin is my project manager.
Yeah, exactly. So Martin came up with that, and he was the one who figured that out for approaching clients. And he's like, yeah, I do. And I asked him a couple questions about his site, and I told him a few things. And I want to walk you through. We're getting right into meaty content here.
Yeah, you didn't even tell me about this yet, Mike.
No, this is all new. This is all new. It was so funny because I was there, and when I was rolling in, Greg and I have a partner on OMG, David Mills, and David was like, hey, maybe you should, maybe this guy would be a good case study for OMG. Because I pointed out that the way I found him was on Google, and we kind of laughed about it. And so when I sat down in the seat, and I asked him how his site was #1. Did he have did he hire somebody? He said no, actually. He's a part of an association. That association gives him a powerful link. But the key is that he has an aged domain. His domain is all the way back from 1998. It's an extremely old website, and that gives him a lot of power. And then he has a few backlinks. But then he told me he has some pain. He said, my site, it's I used to get like 10,000 visitors a month, and now it's down to about 5,000. And you know how the economy is, and I've been cutting back on my advertising, and I really wish I was getting more visitors to my website. And I told him, I said, man, I really think that you need to be going two big things for you. I think you need to be getting more visitors on long tail keywords like tooth whitening Charlottesville, tooth pain Charlottesville. I don't care what the search engine says. Definitely do tooth pain, no matter what the Google keyword tool tells you. Because these pain terms, these things that tooth extraction Charlottesville, like stuff like that is really going to be so emotional for people, and it's going to push them to make a decision. And in fact, David reported back to me that the guy's receptionist was sitting there nonstop while David was sitting there reading a book in the lobby. That they were cold calling people, not cold calling, but calling their customer list. How many does it say? Like 0, right?
It says none.
But I don't care. Yeah, but I don't care. I mean, I guarantee that still, like anybody who searches for that is money. That's just money in your pocket.
Is that what you searched? Tooth pain, or did you search dentist?
No, I searched dentist Charlottesville. You can pull up his site. If you search dentist Charlottesville, his site will be up there.
I want to see what that gets.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about it. Because Greg knows something's in the works. That's why he's already doing his pre-research on it. I know Greg's attack mode.
Let me get the
fair number
that.
So anyways, so I said to the guy, I think you need to be getting more keywords, and I think you need to do something really different with your website, with your web conversion. And Greg, if you go to let's say, by the way, this is how you know it's live. You see the Google showing you the there it is. Yep, that's it. And look, he's got the EMD. Pretty smart.
Nice.
So if you look at his website, so this is the question he asked me, and this is really, and take a note right now. If you've got a notebook, Greg, I cannot believe how many people are live on this thing. I just got to tell you,
that's awesome.
It's just shocking me. There's a lot of people live on right now.
I'm gonna go check what keywords he's ranking for right now.
Great, yeah. So you're seeing your first in-depth site review here, and so anyways, so here's the funny point. So he asked me if I would consult, because he asked me what I do, and I mentioned a little bit about bring the fresh OMG and stuff like that, and some other projects that I do. And he was like, well, maybe I can hire you. And I let him know, well, a lot of times I don't take smaller clients, but I'll think about it or whatever. But he just did a great job on my mouth, and he kind of stopped halfway through it, and he said, Mike, is my website that bad? And I looked at him and I said, John, is my mouth that bad? And he really laughed. It really broke the ice, and it was great. Like, it really helped him understand, no, your site sucks, dude. And this site does, guys. This site sucks. I cannot stand this site. I went there anyways because it was ranked #1 and my tooth hurt. What's wrong with this site? Let's talk about from a conversion standpoint. We'll get into talking a little bit about if Greg feels like about talking a little bit about the SEO of it. But let's talk about conversion, because I think that everybody here wants to know. By the way, we're getting amazing comments. Anna Chow, firstly, love you guys. Thank you very much. We love you too, Anna.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on doing this, but after we're done with this site, do you mind if I go over some changes that are going on with SEO now, and then we'll get into more reviews?
Oh, you got that bomb stuff. Yes,
Yeah, because I
absolutely.
only shared it with the coaching students so far, but I want to share it with the rest of, at least the people that are on the webinar. I might not share it like totally to OMG yet, but I at least want to give something to
Yeah.
the people that
Well,
are
at least
joining the webinar.
Okay, Greg has got, this is one of the amazing things about Greg having so many freaking keywords, that he has so much more data than anybody else. I have a lot of keywords, but nowhere near like what Greg has, and so he's got some great updates for you. Okay, so what do we have? Let me have some guesses on why I don't like this website. Too dark. Let's see. I'm recording. I am recording. We got 3 people saying I'm recording. That's wonderful. I really
Good.
appreciate that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So someone says, let's see, too generic. Do we have any more guesses? He should be capturing emails. Just wanted to say that I stayed awake especially for your webinar. I live in Israel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Ava. Too much wasted space, Dave says, on this website. Small font. Just looks like expletive, Keith says. That's funny. It's
Yeah,
all
you
about.
know what I noticed? It doesn't seem like the pictures even have to do with dentistry at all. It's like they're like
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah, and they're Asian too. Nothing against Asian people, but it's a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
Rick has a great point here. He says it's all about him, not about his clients. Gerald says horrible pictures. Rex says no CTA, phone number, and not. Now, one thing he is doing really well, by the way, this phone number is being tracked. Greg's websites get hundreds of phone calls per day, and they're all tracked. Needs testimonials. That's a great point, Michael. 2 blank slides. Ava smiles. Space. Let's see. You don't like beautiful Japanese women? Of course I like beautiful Japanese women. I'm not complaining. Like, but is this site beautifuljapanesewomen.com? Ken? Is it? Dennis says it looks like a massage site. That's great.
It
Okay, great.
does. It does.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Header's boring. Ha ha ha. Okay, great. Now remember, John may come on this webinar and watch this webinar. I don't want him to feel bad about it. He didn't laugh at my teeth, which are pretty bad, and he did a great job with my teeth. All right, so here's the thing. Um, to be a little hokey with you, and this is what I told John. I said, there was those old time Wendy's commercials when the founder of Wendy's, Dave Thomas, he's passed on. But do you remember those Wendy's commercials, Greg, when Dave Thomas would come on and he'd be like, "Hey, I'm Dave Thomas. I own Wendy's," and he would just
I
talk about
do,
it.
but I'm a little younger than you. You're
Oh,
an old
stop
buck.
it! Stop it! Don't say stuff like that.
Nah, I remember him a little bit. I
I-
was I
I'm
was kind of
19 years
young at
old.
that.
Yeah, no, okay, okay. Well, anyway, does anyone in the audience, am I the only aged person who remembers these Wendy's commercials? So, anyways, there are these Wendy's commercials, and the owner of Wendy's, he was just a very genuine older guy. He wasn't slick. He wasn't like this slick talking salesperson. He wasn't Donald Trump who was out in front of his brand. He was just this curly haired, white haired old guy who said, I started this business and I named it after my daughter Wendy, and we really care about it and we care about you. And they were a little hokey, and there were some kind of fun things about him. Michael says he's a fat guy. Maybe Dave Thomas is fat. But here's the thing is, he was out in front of his business. It was him. It was personal. And I got to tell you, if you're going to a dentist, it's all about trust. And this is what I told John. I said, you know what? It's not even about getting somebody to click or to call. It's about like when they come in the door and they sit down in that seat and you start selling them dentistry, they're either going to buy or they're not going to buy. This is one of the great things about one of the case study sites that we show you. I think it's at Reno Wedding Photographers, where we get like all the testimonials from the person who we got the site from. They just
Yeah.
really appreciate. They get customers because it's a great looking site and it feels right. It feels good. It feels like, wow, this site is great. It's about photography. I really like this. And what I'm going to do, well, anyways, long story short, I said, listen, we do a lot with this stuff. Yes, I think you did a great job on my mouth. I felt absolutely no pain, and it was a freaking root canal. So I was really impressed. And here I am now. It's 4 hours later, and I'm here with you. So he must have done a good job. I'm not on any drugs or anything like that. I, didn't take any, not even any Advil. So he did a great job, and I really appreciate that. And so I'm going to get him to do The main thing he needs to have is a video of himself front and center, all right, explaining who he is, why he's better than the next guy, and why you should trust him. And that's the biggest thing that this website needs. Now, we can also do some writing underneath it for people who don't want to read that. But even, video is such a trust factor. Even when people don't click on that video, it's still a trust factor because they know that you're willing to get out in front of the camera. And by the way, I'll probably even make the video for him and be a testimonial for him because I really do feel great. I've got to tell you, I've had a lot of bad experiences with dentists, and this is the first time I really had a good experience with a dentist. And I was impressed with him, and so I'd be happy to do that. So I have a meeting with him, and I told him I was tough with him. I said, listen, it's going to cost you a lot of money, and B, you're going to have to agree to be an OMG case study. And he enthusiastically agreed, and he was excited. And hopefully I was able to give you a little bit of that experience, but that's right out there for you. It exists all the time. I didn't do anything special when I talked to the guy. One of the things I could have said, which we've recommended that you do, is listen. Maybe you're not me or Greg when it comes to SEO. I'm not even Greg when it comes to SEO, but maybe you're not the same on the same level as us when it comes to SEO. But the reality is that you are taking training with the best. In my opinion, I think that Greg is the best of the best. And certainly, what you can say is, I'm getting trained up by a guy who has 7,000 keywords in a competitive health niche where he's on page 1, 600 keywords where he's not just number 1, but he's 5 out of the top 10. So he's like number 1, number 3, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 9, and number 10. He's awesome. And you're making success, you're making progress, whatever you've got, you can certainly throw into the mix, but you can show them the sites that we have debuted for you and say, these are some of the sites from the program. And then people can take a look at that and they can make a decision as to whether they want to make a move with you, want to make a move forward with you. So that's a little bit on client acquisition, and I know that's going to be one of the big questions we have. And now, Greg, do you want to say anything about the really quickly about the SEO of his site? I saw you were on Ahrefs there.
I don't know. I ran his site through this is just the keywords he's ranking for. So he ranks this is like about what he ranks. It's not like totally up to par. But basically, this will give you what he's ranking for, and that's like Charlottesville dentist, Dr.
He has
Ryan's
no
dentist.
long tail. This sucks.
Mostly just like dentist, Charlottesville, and then Charlottesville VA dentist, just those types of things. I can look at his anchor text and or his links and see what he's got.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Up.
Now, do you think that we could help him in a hurry?
Yeah, he only has 99 backlinks to 27 domains.
Jeez.
So he just needs links. I'm not signed in here for some reason. Let me sign in.
So what he needs, like one of the great things with and I know a lot of people here. This isn't your first time being on a webinar with us either. You've met me and Greg through Bring the Fresh, and then hopefully on a webinar with us at some point with that, or maybe you're in a webinar with Mark Ling or Rob Jones or Omar Martin, Paul Clifford, Anthony Aries, and Derek Pierce. But we're real genuine guys. We're real straight up, and we really care about not just our customers, but about our affiliates. And I was talking to Mark Ling today, and Mark was telling me, he said, you know what, you and Greg got it. OMG is the best SEO system out there. This is the way to get going. And he just highly recommends it. He's adding us.
That means a lot coming from Mark Links. He's a beast.
He is a beast. He's adding us to his autoresponder because he really believes in us. And so, these sites that we have, where you have a site that's very easy to start off with, and whether it's an existing site or a brand new site that we're registering on an exact match domain. And Greg, I just love the little money getting wikis that you put together, where people can just rank for keyword term after keyword term after keyword term. And more than anything, that's what this guy needs, because he has the one power keyword, and that's great. It is great.
Yeah, if you look at his anchor text, he's not even really going after anything. He has it's good that he has a variation of anchor text, but he doesn't there's really no consistency for what he's going after. He kind of just threw a bunch of keywords in there, and he needs to get more consistent and target specific keywords. It's just all over the place. I mean, it's good that he has a variation. That is good.
Yeah.
But he
But
needs to like kind
we,
of
we have a
concentrate
we have
on one thing more
a
too.
great comment here from Ken. Ken says, I was watching a webinar last night by a big player. Quote, SEO is dead. And he said he typed in the tell that OMG and Dory friend, and he said silence ensued. That's great. That's great. Well, we appreciate you putting this out there. Um, so so now he does have a very old website, which is good. It looks like it was actually not 19
Yeah.
2000, but year 2000. So quite a nice old domain. And so what are some of the things that we'll do? I'm meeting with him on Tuesday. I'm sitting down at Barnes and Noble with him on Tuesday on election day, and and I'll be talking with him about rankings and such. Um, and obviously, I'll come up with a pricing plan, and I'll talk about this stuff. But in terms of what we're probably going to wind up doing, what do you think? We're going to add some articles, interlink them a little bit. Go after some long tail keywords, get stuff like tooth pain, tooth extraction, teeth whitening. I think stuff like teeth whitening is big money.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably just like make pages on each of those topics, and then just talk about it in general. Interlink the pages, just like we do with OMG. You can do all that type of stuff. I mean, we could even like fit it in on the front page, but I don't know if that would be the best option. I'd have to like really sit down and look at the site.
Yeah.
But I mean, just looking at his title, look how long his title is. That's just too long.
Yeah, we actually had a
Easily.
question. We had a question about titles. What would you, off the top of your head, what would you do? Because we had a number of people writing in before the event with their questions and so forth, and everyone was really really great. Oh, and by the way, I can't believe I didn't say anything. To everyone, Greg, I know you went through the storm pretty bad. I hope everyone's families, were safe. I hope your property was safe, and certainly if anybody had some trouble or some difficulties or anything like that, our heart definitely goes out to you. It was obviously a real pain with the storm and stuff like that. But so I just thought I'd take just a moment on that. So yeah, we've been getting a lot of questions in. What do you think about like maybe what his title should be?
I mean, I would have to do keyword research, but I mean, he obviously, Charlottesville dentistry is good. Like, I don't know what the sedation thing's about. Like, I guess he wants to
Oh,
be.
he told me that was one of the things, and this is something he could have a video on his site. He said he's a world master at this certain kind of sedation where you're still conscious, but where you like where he can operate on you for like 4 hours and you can have like no pain at all, but you're still conscious, so you're never like under, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So that's like apparently like a really big thing for him.
So, I mean, if we like broke this site up into pages, like where we'd probably keep the main site targeting like Charlottesville dentistry. So what I would probably do is keep Charlottesville sedation dentistry, and then I would like maybe at the end of like where all the rest of that stuff is, I would just put like John S. Lyon, like I'd put his brand there, John S. Lyon DDS Inc. And that would be it. I wouldn't have your Charlottesville sedation dentist serving blah blah blah.
Yeah,
It would just be Charlottesville sedation dentistry and then the name of the company for
great,
the title.
great. That's great. Okay, great. All right. So if you have more questions that you want us to know about what we do with this site and so forth, let us know. Do you want to move on now, Greg? I gave you a number of sites to choose from. We had that cool gold site. That we had that Austin site. Did any of them? Oh, wait. Greg is going to go into some updates now. Greg, do you want to save the updates for part two when we start going into Q&A, or do you want to do them now? What's nicer for you?
It's up to you. It'll take about 5 minutes or so probably.
What
What
why
I could
don't
do
we
is
use
maybe.
that? Yeah, let's lead off after the intermission with that. Does that sound
Okay,
good?
we can do that. Yeah. Well, how
Yeah,
about this? I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm finding. I'll go into it in more detail after the intermission.
excellent.
But what I'm finding is that I've been comparing my data over the last few days, and what it's looking like to me is it seems like the more you break up your anchor text, or it seems like if you have greater anchor text variation, then you have a better chance of ranking.
Right.
So if we go over here to the anchor text here, he only has what was it like 20 like 99 links, and
Right.
he has about 30 different variations. So that's a very good ratio, 29 actually. So he has a lot of variation, so it gives him a good chance of ranking. So that's good for him. So I'm finding like if your ratio is good, like you have 1,000 links and you have 150 different anchor text variation, that's good. Okay, you don't want to go overboard, but at the same time, having it seems like it just goes hand in hand. Like the more you have, for the most part, the better chance you have of ranking. So just keep that in mind.
And
And
we'll
I'll
yeah.
cover like how to like
Yeah,
expand
we'll get
your
into the
anchor
details.
text.
Yeah, we'll get into the details of that, the kind of the inside baseball on that. All right, very, very, very good. And again, I'm just kind of blown away by this. Again, we just kind of have this informal webinar on Wednesday night Halloween, and we've got hundreds of people on right now. So we just really, really appreciate that. Okay, well, Greg, so let's go deeper then, and we'll get more into that in the intermission. That's an extremely, extremely valuable piece of content that Greg just let drop, and obviously Greg's just super, super on top of this EMD update. 1% of his websites lost ranking, and out of that 1%, three quarters of those sites are back on top,
Oh,
or even better than ever.
another cool thing I found, Mike, is a lot of those websites that dropped. Guess what? They didn't have much anchor text variation. So I mean,
Nice.
that's another thing. Like we always knew that it was important to vary your anchor text, but
Yeah, we've been talking.
we didn't necessarily know that there was like a direct connection with like the more anchor text you have for the most part, to a certain limit, that the better chance you have of ranking. So that's really important.
Yeah, that's a huge deal, and we'll get into the mechanics of exactly how to vary your anchor text. And just for people who are a little bit fuzzy on what anchor text means, well, what that means is when you have a hyperlink, like if Greg goes over to our blog, do we have any links on the blog? I'm sure we do, right? On OMG blog.
I don't know if we do in this first post, but
Yeah, maybe we don't.
I mean, I can go to.
Just go to like melovemoney.com or something
I
like
mean,
that.
we can go to this site. This
Okay,
this is
great.
this is the link right here. You know what I mean?
All right.
I mean, this links to another page of the site. The anchor text is convenient financial terms. So it's basically the text that links to a page.
Okay, great. All right, great. And by the way, we've gotten lots of comments on the blog. We'll probably go through a few of those when we get into the Q&A part of things. Okay, but we really appreciate that. All right, no, Greg, I sent you over a few of the uh, uh, 1 second here. Okay. I sent you over a few potential sites to go through. Did you want to pick one of those out, and we'll get started?
Yeah, we can do that. I have them right here. I looked over these really, really quickly, like 10 minutes before the webinar. So we can get, some of them don't even have backlinks yet, so that's why. But this first one's fen37reviewx.net. This site's actually pretty good. I think he said it ranks for. Let me go back here. I think it ranks for like Fen 375 review and also reviews. There it is right there, so it's number 3. And this is a pretty decent term. Let's go look at the searches really quick. So we'll go to Fen 375, Fen 375 review. Didn't mean that space. And let me also get in with the space just to see. So I want to see how many searches this gets. All right, so the main term gets 12,000 exact searches. That's a good amount. With review, so he's ranking number 3 for this, and it gets 3,600, so that's pretty good there. And then reviews actually gets more. That's 5,400. Let's see where he ranks for reviews. And we'll go into what his site's looking like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like he's number 8 for that. Okay, so let's go see. Let's first go to his site, and then we will see what his backlinks look like and how we can get him rolling and ranking for these terms he wants. All right, so the site looks pretty good here. He has some. It looks like it has some interlinking going on. I like that right away. Links out to Wikipedia, so I can tell he's done the OMG method here. That's good. Let's go and check out his backlinks. This is going to be really important. And I also want to check out the age of his site. If I'm going too fast, just let me know, guys. Or let Mike know, and he'll let me know. So let's see when he started this site. It's important how old a site is. You don't want to, fire links to the site if it's brand new. All right, so it's from the end of April. So we got May, June, July, August, September, October. About 6 months old. So he's in a good frame. He's past that initial period, so we're good to build links here at a decent rate. 5 a day or so. I never like building too many links, no matter how old a site is, unless it's gradual. Like, you can start with 2 links a day for a month and maybe jump up to 5 for a month. If you make that gradual move up and keep moving up and up gradually, then you can get up to 20, 50 links a day. But I generally stay to like around 5 links a day, 5 to 10 links a day at most when my site's like older. But he has 124 total backlinks from 59 domains, so he can definitely get more links. I can already tell you that's one of the biggest things. All right, anchor text. He has, how many links did he have? He had 124 links, and then he has 20 different anchor text variations. So he definitely wants more anchor variation. And this isn't bad. 20 is not bad, but I'm not seeing any generic anchor text here really. Read full reports like the only one. Click here, there's one, but it's only one. So what I'm saying is he needs more links, first of all. Second of all, he needs generic links, which is like click here, go here, visit this site. And third of all, he only has 2 different URL variations. He has this with http// without www, and he has it with www and the slash at the end. So he only has 2 of the 8 anchor text variations. He could put another 6 in there. So there's a whole lot different kind of anchor text variation he could work in. I'll cover that later in this webinar. That kind of ties in with the thing I was just talking about, with how we want to have a lot of anchor text variation. And the next thing is, I know he wants to rank for this term because he wrote in and said, I'm ranking for the review and reviews, but how do I rank for the main term? And he only has 12 links to that. I mean, let's go see how much competition this has. I mean, there's almost 5 million competing pages, so you can't rank number 1 with just 12 links. It's not going to work. 12 links with that anchor text, and they're all these are probably like UAW type sites, so it's not like they're like really strong links. It looks like Web 2.0 stuff, and that's good. But 12 links from that kind of stuff's not strong enough. So he needs to do more linking, specifically with this anchor text. But he also has to work in the other stuff. So overall, the biggest problem is he needs more anchor text variation, and he needs more links. But at the same time, he doesn't want to build too fast. I would just recommend get a campaign going and just mix in all different types of links. And he can slowly build up for this, because one of the biggest mistakes people make with SEO is they do it too quick. They're not patient enough. If someone wants to rank for this term, they'll just fire off a whole bunch of links with this anchor text, and you can't do that. You got to mix it up. Get FEN37 product, FEN37 product review, all different kinds of anchor text. And again, I'm going to cover this later in the webinar. But main thing I see, he needs more links and he needs more anchor text variation.
Great.
Let's check out his keyword density, because that's really important since the EMD update. So I want to run him through the keyword density tool. Let's throw him in there. All right, so his keyword density looks good. His highest is weight, but that's a single keyword. It's a very popular keyword, so it's not a problem that that's over 2%, because it's only almost 3%, and it's a popular keyword, so that's not a big deal. His main keyword's 2.22. That's not bad. I recommend 1 to 2%, but that's not bad. I wouldn't be worried about 2.22%. Let me see also how many articles he has.
What you're generally recommending is 1 to 2%. Is that right?
Yes, generally. Yeah.
All right, great.
I mean, he has people commenting on. That's good to have people commenting and stuff. Looks like his content's decent. I don't want to take too much time like reading through his content. He has video, pictures. Let me see what his anchor text is. Be careful about including your main keyword in too many of your image alt tags. As you can see right below my mouse cursor, it says FEN37, FEN375 reviews. It's okay to use that in like one picture here and there, But we used to recommend including your keywords in all your image alt tags, but that's with the EMD update that changed. You gotta have more generic image alt tags now. So if I have 8 pictures, maybe I'll have my main keyword in one of them. And the other ones, for this one, I'll say I'll name it "Woman Lost Weight." Just describing what's going on in the picture. Let me see if
Yeah, I
there's
love
any other
that.
pictures.
It's natural.
Diet pill, so that's good. Diet pill's good because it's showing a diet pill, so he's good there.
And one of the things that you're going for, you have a general rule of thumb, is that you're really going for kind of what seems natural.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because right here again, he has Fen 375, so he has 3 pictures, and 2 of them have his main keyword. And there's a 4th picture with his keyword in it again. So I don't recommend doing that. This one I would just maybe name attention. This one he can keep his that if he wants. This one keep his diet pill, and then maybe this one just do like a bottle of diet pill, something like that. Don't have your main keyword in all the image alt tags anymore. You can't do that anymore. I mean, overall, it looks good. It's a good site. He's obviously ranking for keywords already, so Google likes his site. He just needs to get more links, and he needs to get some anchor text variation, which I'll cover later in this webinar.
Okay, let's see. And that was, whose site was that? That was that El Sayed's site?
I think Hansi.
Oh, was
That
that Hansi's
Hansi?
site? That was Hansi's
Let
site?
me see if it says the name on here.
Yeah, it was Hansi's site. That's right. So,
Yeah, Hansi.
yeah,
Gotcha.
and let me just tell you a little bit what he was saying. Hansi here again. I've registered for the OMG webinar. I'm looking forward to learn so much more than what I currently know. I've implemented Greg's on-page SEO secrets and doing some MS campaign, Magic Submitter, I assume. I have a site that I'd like to submit. It's ranking 2 for 2 terms on page 1 and 2, but my main keyword is sitting below the 100th position. He thinks it's definitely a $100 per day site, as I ranked for 3 keywords before Penguin. And had a top 5 position, which went away after Penguin. And so then he gave us the site name and the terms that he's ranking for is Fen 375 review, Fen 375 reviews, and he'd like to rank top 5 for Fen 375. So that's kind of the behind the scenes story of that situation.
Cool. Do you want me to go on some more of these?
And Hansi said, "Thanks a lot. He really appreciated it." Maybe let's take a look at the site itself from a Hansi. Would you like us to take a look at it from a conversion standpoint? What we might do a little bit differently conversion wise? I'm going to kind of assume that the answer to that is usually yes. Yes, please. Hansi says, "Okay." Well, so let's see. I think that this site really could be a lot more personal. Again, this is something where, especially with something when people are looking into a weight loss thing, it's a very emotional situation. And if they're looking for reviews, that's good timing, because they're really seriously considering the product. Their credit card's out, they're ready to buy, but they have a series of concerns about it. One of the things to do is to look up maybe Fen 375 scam and see what that might say there. I would get a hot button list of general concerns that somebody using this product might have. So concerns about their weight, concerns about how they feel about themselves, and the benefits of being in better shape. Maybe they're worried about being there for their family. Maybe they're worried about being attractive to the opposite sex, or just looking good in a swimsuit. That sort of thing can all be big hot button issues. And then we want to know the specifics when it comes to somebody who's using, I guess this is a diet pill. Is that right, Greg?
Yes, I believe so.
So if it's a diet pill, then what I would do is I would write down, and I would handwrite these things. Something that we really want you to get in the absolute habit of doing here is writing things down with a pen and paper. And I don't mean taking notes on your computer. I mean literally with a pen and paper. This is something, your brain basically has 2 engines. One engine is a very powerful, OMG powered engine, and one engine's like a little wussy, little lawnmower engine, like a little weak engine. And the things that we say and just think and so forth they get routed to the little wussy engine. Whereas the things that we write down, especially the questions that we write down by hand, that's a way of signaling to our mind that they're much more important and that they need to be routed to that powerful, OMG style engine, that power engine. and I would hand write down the issues that people have, both just generally with weight loss and specifically with this. I would look up Fen 375 scam. I would look up Fen 375 side effects, which by the way are also great things to rank for, right, Greg?
Yeah, and he has them over here as categories, so it looks like he's trying to rank for that.
Perfect. Okay. So be aware of what those concerns are. And then what I would do is I would record a video as close to something along the lines of what Greg recorded on goldirainvest.com. And now you've got this Fen 375 review, but Hansi, this isn't actually you doing the review. Is that correct? Or is that somebody else? I assume that's somebody else. Let's find out from Hansi. So I really think having a video with you. Oh, nice. He says it's a Fiverr gig. Well, that's very creative of you there, Hansi. That's actually really really great.
So he probably got that for like $5 then.
Yeah, that's really cool. Hansi, let us know a little bit about what you had the guy say. Obviously, we can't like sit here on the event and have him do it. I would have that video at the top. Like I couldn't even see it; it was below the fold.
Yeah.
I think that people coming to this site, how much better is it to have a picture showing that there's a video, a real person talking about this? Even if they don't click in on the picture, it signals to people that you're for real, that it's really happening, and that you really care about it, and and that's a big trust signal. So move that video up. You can consider recording the video yourself, but maybe this video is good enough. But that's great stuff. Certainly move the video up. And the other thing that you can do, I just think and we're going to get more into this. I'll probably say this about every site. You can be capturing leads with this site, and it's really going to be great for you. You can be capturing phone numbers. Well, I don't know if you need phone numbers, but certainly capturing email addresses, and then that'll allow you to market other offers to people as well. All right, Greg, do you want to move on to the next site? Hansi, thanks so much for sharing that with us.
And he said he paid $10 for that video, which is
Nice.
still it's a good deal.
Nice.
So let's go check out the next one. It was Gold IRA Retirement Planning. It said about a week or so ago, it was #1 on Google for the domain name and on page 2 for the keyword Gold IRA Retirement Planning. I don't know what he meant by the domain name. I guess when typing in the domain name, or
Yeah,
that's the
that's
same
what
as
he's
that
saying.
keyword.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
I mean, just probably just to note that it was there. Not that
Yeah, let
anyone
me
would
go
actually
type
type that.
Gold IRA Retirement Planning. Oops. So let's see if he's on here still. That's funny. These are actually my sites right here.
Oh, that's
Both these
great.
sites.
Ha ha ha.
And I don't see him on the first page there. There he is right there. So he's number 13. He's also number 14, number 15, number 16, number 17. So he's got number 14 through 17, mostly because of his domain name is those keywords. So let's go. I think I checked this site and he didn't have any backlinks yet, so I want to see how old it is or when he started it. And I'll also go to the site. So let's see when he started. Alright, so he just started, it looks like, on October 5th. So, I mean, there's not really much we can tell him about this site yet. He's got a lot of posts in here.
That's good.
He's adding a lot of content, so that's good. I would tell him to make sure that it's not duplicate content. Run it through Copyscape. For any of you who don't know, copyscape.com. If you log in, basically what you do is you run an article through that's on your site or that you're about to post through your site. Looks like, is this all a picture? There we go. Alright, so you just copy the article and you run it through Copyscape and do a search. Each search is 5 cents. Oh wow, he's getting, that's not good.
Yeah.
He's getting he's got 41 results here. You don't want that.
Yeah.
That's duplicate content. You'll get penalized very quickly for that.
Okay, great. And everyone, this is a really valuable lesson. Let's zero in on this. So what's going on here is somehow content that's kind of all over the net got on this site, whether he put it there on purpose. And this is I know whose site this is. Give me 1 second here. Let me click over and I'll get his name because I mentioned him in the email that I sent out on Monday.
Yeah, it looks like
Julius. This is Julius'
it looks
site.
like he probably hired someone to write these articles, and they just gave him
Yeah.
stolen content.
Yeah.
So
So that's
my
the thing.
recommendation is to just stop with this site for now, or at least take down all the content, replace it with new content, because you can't have duplicate content these days. It's going to kill you. Let me check a couple of his other posts. But I mean, there was tons of matches, so that's definitely not
Yeah, it's a
good.
bad sign. So one of the things that'll be good to do is go through Copyscape, check all your articles. If they're all copied, then what you can do is basically rewrite them. You don't have to have quite so many articles. Remember, we're recommending like even 7 articles can really just be such a great start for things.
It looks like that second one had
No matches.
no matches,
That's
but
good.
his home page has matches. That's definitely not good. You don't want any of your content having matches. I mean, you can have like little matches here and there, like maybe a few percent. But he had a lot of sites matching a lot of text. That's just no good.
Yeah, so you certainly need to go through and check each and every one of those for Copyscape. 5 cents is certainly worth it, and that's a really valuable lesson for anybody who's never seen that.
All right, so that's just the match. I'm not going to check all of his content, but obviously his home page matching is not good at all because it matched a whole bunch. So
Now,
that's
now Anna
pro-
says, "Oh no, this is so similar to mine." Anna has a site which is goldirainvestment.net, um, and she said that
goldirainvestment.net.
yeah, let's have a look at that.
That's a good domain name.
That is a good domain name.
Is,
Now
is
wait,
that
what?
right?
Gold. Sorry. IRA goldinvestment.net.
Okay, I was going to say that's a really good domain name. .com or net?
.net.
Net. I can run hers really quick too. Is she saying hers showed up or?
Yeah, I don't know what she's saying. She said she's I think she's afraid that the style is too similar. I wouldn't worry about the style being too similar.
Yeah, no results, so
No
her
results.
content's good.
Yeah, Anna, you're
But
all
yeah,
right. Go ahead, Greg.
and the Panda update that just came, they got even more strict on duplicate content from what I saw. So if you didn't know about Copyscape, make sure you check your content, especially if you hired writers.
Yeah, Anna, this is a great site that you have. I mean, it's a great site that you have, and you should be building it out. I mean, there's no reason you should be sitting on this site. I mean, definitely build it out. Just just like in your OMG material, and it's really this could be a killer. This site could really be great for you.
Yeah, I
Definitely
mean,
build this
and
out.
her first article has 750 words. So that's good right there. I like how it
Yeah,
doesn't have
definitely.
just 500 words. One thing I tell a lot of people is let your content flow. I'm sure a lot of you OMGers know that by now, where a lot of the internet marketing community, they just order 500 word articles, and I think that's just dumb. Like,
Yeah, it's incredible
you
to
got
me.
you got to mix up your content. Have 400 word articles, have 1,000 word articles,
Yep.
because a normal website has all different lengths of articles. They don't have one length for every article, so just make sure you're mixing that up.
Yeah, definitely. Um, So let's see here. I'm trying to go through a lot of the questions that we're having here. We have really great questions and comments coming in. Everyone's still live. This is great stuff. Okay, so link wise, now a lot of people want to know the difference, and of course we'll get a little bit more into these kinds of questions during the Q&A, which is coming up pretty soon. But there's a lot of confusion about the difference between Magic Submitter, UAW, and SYA, which are some of the main ways that we believe in getting links. And they actually all really work well together. The links are coming from very different places. Both UAW and SYA have a private blog network, and what Magic Submitter is doing is very different. They're utilizing the public, the publicly usable public blogs and article directories, and especially video, which is really powerful. I showed that to you in your guide, in the main OMG Machines guide. Actually, let me tell you. I'll tell you what page that's on. That's on page 33, and it's really great stuff. That was the actual video, where took the result of that video. What I did on that video took the mysterymethod.net from number 2 to number 1. When a lot of people are asking, the reason I bring this up is that's how Julius is getting his links to his site, and that I think that's a great way of getting started. If you're just going to get started with one of the three, I'm confident that you can just go with Magic Article Submitter. Greg, I know Greg's running a lot of tests right now with Submitter, but Greg, you've also just done an insane amount of testing with UAW, and
UAW's really good, but they're getting expensive. They're kind of getting greedy. So, Mike knows the guys at Magic Submitters. I know people that use them, and it's worked for them. So far, my testing's going good with them, but I want to test on a really large amount before because I might actually recommend making the switch. Magic Submitter being our main source rather than UAW, because it's less expensive.
One of the big benefits of Magic Submitter, and again, I'm a little bit getting out of order here, but it's such a hot button question for people. It's really the structure of Magic Submitter that we admire so much, because Magic Submitter is connecting you with people who really want your content. And the problem with UAW and SYA is, realistically speaking, they don't want your content. Like in a perfect world, you would buy their membership and not use their service. That's not strictly speaking true, right? But what I mean is, if people quote unquote overuse SYA or UAW, they're going to penalize you because they own those blogs, and if they're firing out a zillion links to all of your sites, then it waters down the usefulness of their service. So it's understandable that they can't just give zillions and zillions of links. Whereas with Magic Submitter, you can just go completely nuts with it, and they don't care. They want you to. All those sites want your services. Plus, with Magic Submitter, you get the video linking, which I think is just killer. And there's no question that video linking is very powerful.
And the reason you would want to mix them is because it's links from different places.
Exactly.
The more domains you have links from, the better.
So really, if you can afford two services, it's really worth it. It's absolutely worth it to have Magic Submitter and UAW, or all three, and that's what Greg and I do. We use all three of those services. We do use Social Monkey. All the things that we show you in the book, we do use ourselves. We also do what we teach you, which is buy up our own expired domains. Greg's especially good at this, and firing links to his own sites and to our own sites and so forth. So that's a little bit about that stuff. I know that was a bit of a sidetrack.
At the same time, pretty much most people here can't afford all three.
Absolutely.
Right now I have tons and tons and tons of sites ranking on just UAW, so don't freak out thinking you need all three.
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you this. There's no question in my mind that with just UAW or Magic Submitter, you're going to be fine. I think that SYA has a little bit more of a learning curve, although with Greg there to teach you, it's not so bad either. Okay, so with regards to these sites, we've kind of gone a little bit into the gold sites. Let's do that one last site that was Ruth's site. Can we do Ruth's site, the Austin? Is that suitable? Yeah. And then what we're going to do is then we're going to have a little bit of a debut, and then a brief intermission, and then we're going to get heavier dutier into your questions. But this is great. We have 100% attendance from where we originally started. Everyone's being really, really great here.
All right, so it started about 5 weeks ago, maybe 6 weeks ago.
And we have lots of questions coming in. We will get to your questions.
There's just some interlinking going on here. All right, so that's good. She's set up like we recommend. Let me just run her content through Copyscape really quick just to check.
Yeah, got a little nervous after that first article. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, this is one of the big things with article services. You just gotta be oh, just three
That's all from
results.
her. It's all
That's
from her
her.
domain,
Good,
so
good,
that's
good.
good. All right, and her homepage article is 800 words. I like that. Let's go check out her anchor text or her links. Oops.
Is everyone finding this valuable? Are you guys enjoying these site reviews, or if we do another one of these events, would you like us to keep doing these site reviews, or do you not like them? Do you hate them? Everyone's saying they hate them. No, I'm joking. Everyone says they love them. Yeah,
All
awesome.
right,
Do
so
more. Yes, 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 for sure. Yes, this is excellent. Thanks. I think this is kind of cool. I've never seen an event that was like this. This event was actually David Mills's idea, our partner. He's really the one who sat down with Greg and helped design the content for OMG Machines and so forth. So if you do like that, let us know.
all right, so what I'm seeing is she only has 16 links right now, from 9 referring domains. Her anchor text, it looks like most of it's here. Um, it doesn't, her anchor text doesn't look good, but at the same time, it doesn't look bad because she doesn't have that many links, you know.
Right.
Like you could say, wow, she has 38% saying here, that's not good, but she doesn't have that many links yet, so it's not that big of a deal yet. But she doesn't want to continue on this path where she has this high of links for these types of keywords.
Right.
I mean, for her domain, I don't know why she did Austin Recovery Center Austin. I wouldn't have Austin in the domain twice, because that could be seen as overdoing it. Because I would think she's trying to rank for Austin Recovery Center or like Recovery Center in Austin, that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't put Austin in there twice. It's hard to say, like, don't move forward with the site just because it has that, but just be careful about doing that in the future. I want to go take a look at her keyword density because I can't really tell her much because she doesn't have many links yet. Obviously, she needs to build more links, and I'm going to go over the anchor text stuff, which will really help her out. And it'll help
And
everyone.
if people are really particularly on a budget, remember you can use sites like Ezine articles. You can just write articles on Ezine articles. You can write articles on articles base and direct links back to your sites. Those are no follow links from articles base, but they'll still help you.
All right, so I'm going to check out her keyword density. All right. She's a little high on center, and I say that because I know there's we're talking about like a recovery center or a treatment center, and I'm thinking keywords that can replace center, maybe like facility. Like you can probably put facility in your content
Mm-hmm.
more. Synonyms are big to use. You can also use program. So replace some instances of recovery center with recovery program or recovery facility, stuff like that. So I'll try to get these down a little bit. These that are high here. But other than that, I mean, your keyword density is not bad. Just a little high for center, recovery center. I'll try to bring that down just a little bit by replacing it with like facility, program, and stuff like that. If you can find another keyword or another synonym for recovery besides treatment, because that's obviously getting a little high too. So if you can find a synonym for recovery, I would try to get a synonym for that too. But if not, 3.26 isn't too high, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Or I'm sorry, it's 4.42% for recovery. I mean, it's a single keyword, so it's not a huge deal that it's up that high, but if you can, try to get it down with some synonyms if you can find some.
Right.
I mean, but other than that, I can't really, she has to build some more links. That's the main thing right now. You know what she was trying to rank for this? What was it like? Austin Recovery Center?
Have a look. Yeah, I think it was Austin Recovery Center, but I'm gonna have a look at her email. Let me find her email and read it.
Okay.
Let's see. Ruth. Ruth, by the way, was the one who put off her party, which I thought was really cool.
Awesome.
Okay, Austin Recovery Center. Let's see. So I guess it looks like Austin Recovery Center is what she's trying to rank for.
I'm gonna go see where she is for that while you're looking. Her name is Austin Recovery Center or Austin, right? Let's see.
And she's still figuring out how to use Magic Submitter. So that's remember Ruth. There's my training video, and also they have plenty of training videos inside of your Magic Submitter area. to teach you how to use it.
So she's number 16 for that, which is pretty good because she didn't even really have any links for it yet. So that just shows you our on-page works because I know that this niche is competitive. I want to actually look up her keywords and see what people are paying for this advertising and how many searches it gets. So let me go check that out really quick. I mean, that gets a good amount of searches, 320, and I mean, look how much people are paying.
Yeah.
Between
Wow.
$7 and $13 a click.
This is a really good. I think that one of the things that Ruth has really revealed to us is that's a cool niche.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, like we can see people are advertising here. I want to go back to the first page. I mean, you got this place here. You got all these people on the right here. So I mean, if she gets her site first page, like up here where we know she can if she follows through with the linking and all that. I mean, the Baton Rouge Architect site gets 170 exact match searches a month, okay, and I'm getting almost 4,000 visitors a month. With 320, say she gets double that. Let's be conservative and say she gets just 1,000 visitors a month to the site. I mean, if you go by just the low number, we're using the very lowest numbers. If
Yeah.
she gets 1,000 visitors times $7 per click, I mean that's $7,000 worth of traffic a month.
Oh, it's
Then
incredibly valuable.
all these people are already paying for that traffic. You know, all these people in the pay per click are already paying that. So
Yeah.
I think it's
And
very valuable.
and we've really spotted. I mean, this could be a hot niche around the country, not just in Austin. I mean, you can do this in any city. This is a really cool niche. Like we see these recovery centers really have a huge pay per click value on them, and and then basically there you go.
Yeah, and, I mean, you can do, I mean, anything like that, like dentists, plastic surgeons, like anything that where you see high pay per clicks, you can do, and there's a lot of money in this stuff. It's how I make my money. So
Yeah, definitely. Um, Ruth says, "Hey, don't tell everybody." She gave us 5 exclamation points. Well, Ruth, you got an in-depth site review right in front of you, you got the whatever you call it, the acknowledgement that you deserve, and well deserved. But no, there's so many cities, so many niches out there. You never have to worry
by the
about
way,
this.
I get a lot of people asking me like, can you rank like lawyer stuff? And look at this right here. This is my site right here, number one. Just moved there today, and let me tell you, I put like no work into this site. Most of these example sites I've done for the OMG course, I basically just like threw in a UAW campaign, maybe did some Web 2.0 stuff, and just let them be. I haven't touched this site in probably a month and a half, 2 months. I might have ran a UAW campaign a few weeks ago for it, but that's it. I mean, I've done very little for this site, and it's number one. And it's a lawyer term, which people get paid tens of thousands of dollars a month for. So don't be scared away by niches like lawyers and stuff.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we're right up against the point where I wanted to have an intermission. What I'm going to do right before we go to our intermission, Greg, can you go? We've already unveiled our omgmachines.com blog. Please go over to our blog and post a comment. Let us know what you think of this event. You have to click in. So it's omgmachines.com/blog, and you have to click in on the hyperlink there. Who else wants to be a one-man gang? And then you can scroll to the bottom and you can post a comment. Please do that during the intermission. And now we have a brand new unveiling right now. We have lots of comments, by the way. This is really great. A bunch of people have posted. It's really cool. So what we also have, Greg, can you go to omgmachines.com/DFY? This is a new world premiere just on this event. /DFY. DFY stands for done for you. And who are those handsome fellas right there? You guys know those guys. This is the number one question that we've had that's come in. Would Greg, with the one man gang, rank my site or rank a brand new site for me? And that's what this is all about. There's a brief video. It's about a 10-minute video that I recorded this morning before my foray with the dentist, and it's all there. Actually, it's kind of funny because I recorded this video for you. If you scroll down a little bit, Greg, I show a number of sites, and I'll go through this letter for you real briefly, but there's a number of sites listed here. And during the video, it actually shows Delaware Divorce Lawyers ranks number 2. And then an hour later or 2 hours later, Greg sent me an email updating me, letting me know that Delaware Divorce Lawyers .org is #1. And if you got the dispatch, the 2 hour warning for this event, I mentioned that. Is this something else that's on the move?
No, it was up to number 2 earlier. I guess it's back to number 4. But
Back to number
I was
4,
looking
yeah.
at the rankings, just checking them.
Yeah, Greg is so curious about this stuff. Well, you can see what it's like to get updates from Greg, and that's what this program is all about, is getting kind of a shot in the arm. Greg, if you can scroll kind of back up to the towards the top, there's kind of a key subheader right here where I say you plus your DFY equals money getting, and that's the main idea behind this program. Look, me and Greg, we only have so much creativity, and it's a lot. We are pretty creative guys, but the reality is, for example, the reason why Greg turned down that $60,000 SCON deal, the $60,000 site ranking deal, is he only has so much creativity and so much ability to build sites, and he would rather have you be able to get your spark and get your start. What we found is that there's so many people that have been out there in the online marketing world, whether you're pretty new to things or whether you've been around the block a couple times, where they've bought products and maybe those products had some good lessons in them. Maybe they had some good elements to them, but somehow they haven't quite found their way yet. And we think that the reason why is that sometimes you just need a shot in the arm, someone to help you just get freaking traffic to your website. And once you start getting traffic to your website, really your money getting IQ goes 10 times as big. You learn so much faster and you go forward so much more quickly when that happens. And I really learned this lesson in the relationship advice niche. I actually told a little story about this, but with my Area 51 lifestyle, relationship advice business, it's a $1 million business, and I answered a lot of emails from a lot of guys and girls who were really, really frustrated, and a lot of them had invested hundreds or even thousands of dollars in training and learning and in psychiatric visits and everything they could to try to improve their romantic relationships. And they were still really, really struggling. And one of the things that we really focused on with that business, and it's one of the reasons why I'm convinced that we had so much success with our customers, is we really focused on helping people get out there and meet somebody new, on opening new relationships, starting things up. And we just had incredible success. I had thousands of testimonials, over the course of the last few years, I have thousands of testimonials in that business. And the reason why is that once people start actually interacting with other people, then all these lessons that they've been learning suddenly click, oh, that's why, if you're sort of trying to learn Kung Fu out of a book and you just never went and applied that Kung Fu, you're just not going to learn it. And so that's the main idea, the main premise behind our DFYs. It's a 4-month DFY. We help you choose your market and your keyword. If you want us to just do that for you, we will. If you have an existing site and you just want us to rank, help you rank that site, then we'll do that for 4 months. Greg becomes your site's chief engineer, and it's an extraordinary experience. And I don't know if you have really any particular comments about it, Greg. I don't want to put you on the spot, but we're really proud of this program. We've really focused to put this together for you. We think it's great.
Yeah, one of the biggest things is, I talked to David Mills about this, and we were trying to come up with a time frame, what's a good time frame, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And I told him I like 4 months, because in 4 months I'm confident that I can get a site like a stable base. Most of them should be ranking first page, unless it's a really hard keyword. And by the 4th month mark, everything's in place, all the important aspects are together, that base is in place, and it kind of leaves room for error. I don't want to say people are going to make errors, but if you do, you have more room for errors because everything's set up for you. I'm going to set up all your anchor text correctly, all your links correctly, and everything's just going to it's just going to be ready to roll by month 4. It's already going to be good. It should already be ranking for you. We're not going to promise that, but because it depends on the keywords, but at that time, you should be good to go after, whatever more keywords you want safely. So everything should be in place by 4 months, and that's why we picked the 4-month mark.
Yeah, you start with one main keyword, and we help you pick 5 additional keywords. So you're going to rank for a bunch of keywords with it. You also get 6 office hours with Greg, just like our NHB members get. You get 6 office hours with Greg at the beginning of the program. Once you're ready to start, you don't have to start right away if you don't want to. You get 6 office hours at the beginning and 6 office hours at the end. And then we also give you a number of training videos. Actually, David Mills and I were just putting together the training video page last night. It looks great. Lots and lots of training videos to help you pick the right keywords and to help you get started correctly. Now you get access to the site right away, and you can start working on it. This allows you to join forces with Greg, and I think that's one of the really, really exciting experiences. I've got somebody on here, somebody who's on the call who's joined forces with Greg. I'm really nervous about bringing him live because I know it makes Martin doesn't really like all that much to be in the limelight. But Martin, if you happen to want to have some comments or say anything about this, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just kind of drop it. But with this experience, you really get to join forces with Greg, and I think it's an extraordinary experience. He's a high caliber guy. He's a great guy. I think everyone really likes him. This is different than our No Holds Barred program. It's very special. You get your own website. You can go for any keyword that you want in the world, and we'll help you with it. And so it's really good stuff. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a brief intermission. Greg and I are going to stretch our legs. We're going to take just around 3 to 5 minutes to relax. Type in your questions if you've got questions. Especially go over to omgmachines.com/blog if you and type in your comments. You actually have to click in on that first post, but I'm going to type these two URLs for you. So omgmachines.com/dfy and then omgmachines.com/blog, and those are the places. And what we're going to do as soon as we get back is we're going to get right back in to your biggest questions and answering your biggest questions. And let us know on the blog if you're enjoying this event and what your comments are, and what you're thinking about, and we definitely want to know. We definitely want to know
when
what
we
you're
get
thinking about.
back, I'll quickly go over this anchor text stuff, so everyone's caught up to date with that, and then we'll start going to questions or wherever Mike wants to take it from there.
All right, great. All right, I'm going to put myself on mute, and we'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes. Head over to omgmachines.com/blog or omgmachines.com/dfy, but don't go too far because we're going to be right back.
All right, guys, Mike should be back soon, and then I'm gonna start going over this keyword stuff, and you guys can you can use this for you can use this for new sites or sites you already have, but I think it's really important that we go over this keyword stuff. I just want to wait till Mike gets back. I'm sorry, not keyword stuff, but anchor text variation. And I want to show you how I break mine down and how I'm getting more anchor text variation, but still staying relevant. So I'm going to be showing all of that as soon as Mike gets back. And I can't see your questions if you're asking because I don't know how to work webinars yet.
Okay, I am back. I heard you. It's one good way of
Oh, you heard me.
it's one good way of making people want me to come back really fast is for Greg to say that he's not going to tell you something until I get there. All right, guys. Well, first of all, thank you very much for that first leg. We really enjoyed it. Definitely now is a great time to let us know either in the question box or on omgmachines.com/blog what your biggest questions are. And Greg is going to get to a cutting edge. This is one of the things you get for being an OMG. You get the bleeding edge of SEO, and he's going to get into one of the ways that you're going to have a huge unfair advantage over the quote unquote big boys out there, which is by really, really varying up your anchor text. So, Greg, you want to take it away, and I'm going to start looking through some of the questions and figuring out some questions to ask you here.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so when I do my anchor text variation, guys, I do it in 3 different groups. And when I'm first starting a site, I usually start with like a UAW campaign to start. Like that'll be my first set of links, and I'll do 3 different groups. My first group I'll do normal keywords, and I'm using Baton Rouge Architects as an example here. Sorry, my mouse wasn't letting me click. So I'm using this site as an example, just to show the keywords that I'm using. So group 1 would be normal keywords, and these are like, of course my main keyword, and then other LSI version keywords I'm trying to rank for, synonyms I'm trying to rank for, anything like that. So that's group 1. Those are normal keywords. Group 2 is generic keywords, stuff like click here, more information, learn more, this page, this site, all that type of stuff, okay? Group number 3 is URL links, and that stuff, you can do all 8 of these for URL links. These are 2 different anchor text. That slash on the end does make a difference. And the reason I do both is because people build links both ways. Some people build it like this, and some people build it like this. And I do all different 8 variations for group number 3. So when I'm building my links, to start, I do about 33% for normal keywords, 33% for generic, and 33% for URL. Now, one of the things, as I told you, I'm finding now is it seems like the more variation you have, the better, for the most part, of course, if you're not going overboard. And before I found this out, I would do group 1 with maybe like 8 keywords, generic, I'll do maybe 8 to 10 keywords, and then my URLs, I'd do these 8, okay, and that'd be for my first UAW submission. And then when I start doing my other link building, I would use a lot of the same keywords. For group 1, I would do a lot of these same keywords. For group 2, I'd do a lot of the same. And for group 3, I'd do all the same, okay? So now what I'm doing to switch this up is I'll do stuff like this. So, I'll do this submission just like that. Like, you can actually put more in the initial submission too to get more anchor text. So instead of having 8 to 10 here, you can have like 15, and that'll help you vary up right away. Same thing for generic. You can just vary it up right away. And then you can start with 8 here and then switch it up like I'm about to show you. So then when I start my later links, like either my second UAW or if I go into mixed links, whatever, I'll just keep in mind what I used the first time, and you can just do slight variations, all right? So let me do some examples really quick. So, I've already done all these up here, so I'll keep that in mind, and I'll do stuff like a Baton Rouge Architect. And even though that's very similar than with stuff I have up here, I don't have this anchor text yet. Putting a in front of that makes a big difference, all right? It's a different anchor text. And at the same time, it still has my main keyword in there. Well, without the S, but you know what I mean. All right, so I could do like these Baton Rouge Architects. I could do stuff like if I didn't use it before, best Baton Rouge Architects. So you can add like little keywords before your main keywords, and that will help switch up your anchor text variation. So the biggest thing is keep in mind what you used previously and try to use some slight variations. Get more anchor text variation. one of the biggest things I try to do is I try to make my websites look normal. Okay, when you have normal links, people link to you with all different anchor text. You're going to have a lot of anchor text variation when you're getting normal links, when you're getting those natural links. And I think Google knows this, and it falls right in place why this finding makes so much sense. If you have a lot of anchor text variation, you have a better chance of ranking. It just makes total sense. So again, keep in mind what you used before and do some slight variations when you go around. And you can still do your main keywords. I can still add in Baton Rouge architects because that's a really important keyword. But for the other keywords like the LSI, use different ones. Okay, like for example, I could use this Baton Rouge architect. Just stuff like that. You guys get the point. Yeah.
All right, so this is where you can get in on NHB. And Greg's got a video here. If you look at the emails I sent you, they'll send you to a different video page. But yeah, I mean, it's got an extensive additional library, and then you get 80 office hours with Greg. You'll also get some additional office hours with me, and I'll there's just a bunch of lessons on there on it's called No Holds Barred because everything is revealed. It's pretty awesome. This is more just the top. This is the top SEO training in the world, bar none. There's nothing else out there that even approaches this. This is training, and it's training with Greg. You get your questions answered with Greg for 3 months straight, and it's just extraordinary. You also get access to our extraordinary NHB Facebook group, which is just great. So it's real accessibilities in there, step-by-step hand-holding, structure, training, inspiration, and your questions answered. So that's really great for that. With a DFY program, that's us making the site for you, and it's there's some similar benefits to it, but with this, at the end of it, you have a website. We've ranked it for you. It's ranked for several keywords, and we like this because the idea is you plus your DFY equals money getting. So just a great way to rock it forward, especially someone who's really, really tight on time and wants to get going. Then I think that it's a really, really great way to get going. And I think that's kind of like the difference there. And we'll touch a little bit more on the DFY program towards the end. I want to get back to questions and answers. Do I need to get Magic Submitter to use Magic Submitter? You do, Oleg. Okay, let's see. You've mentioned Rob Jones in the webinar. Oh, this is great. Great question. John mentioned Rob Jones. We actually just did an incredible webinar with Rob Jones. He said, you mentioned in the Rob Jones webinar that we'd have access to the company doing gold commissions, but I haven't seen anywhere. Have you missed it? We are about to do a dispatch on this to let people know how to sign up for Regal Assets. So look for that in the next week or two. And you can absolutely start building out your gold sites, and we'll send you out that information, but that's going to be a real good one. Now, some people are asking, we never want to negatively review article programs, but we're getting a lot of questions about SE Nuke and Article Demon. What I'll say is we haven't reviewed them. We haven't used them. We don't recommend them. When I say we don't recommend them, it sounds like we're down on them. We're not. They might be great, but I don't recommend them. And I really mean that. I mean, I don't recommend them. And it means I wouldn't put it on an OMG site. Greg, is that about your feeling on the subject?
Yeah, I haven't really used them, haven't tested them, so like Mike said, can't recommend them. At the same time, I kind of put together spam with SE Nuke for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't mean it is, but just that's what goes off in my head.
And again, we're not. It really might be the best thing since sliced bread, and at some point we'll get over there and we'll test it. But for right now, we're recommending that you stick to Magic Submitter, UAW, SYA, and Social Monkey. And look, between those programs, you're gonna rank. I mean, you're just gonna rank. I mean, it's just such awesome stuff. If you've got SE Nuke and you insist on using it, then that's fine. But then, for whatever it is, just make sure that you have good, that you're really, that one article rule them all is your Bible, and use it judiciously, and that's all I can say. Okay, should all the interlinking to my site go to my main page? Bob's asking that. Absolutely not, Bob. Can you get into that a little bit, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, you just when you're interlinking, you want to just naturally link, okay? When I talk about interlinking, I want to bring up a gold site to kind of go over this, because this will kind of be a good quick lesson. So I'm gonna go to Gold IRA. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go to goldirainvest.com. And basically, when we interlink, it's linking to another page of our site or linking to our home page. Now, interlinking does three things. It helps decrease your bounce rate, and a bounce is when someone comes to your site and they go to no other page. That's considered a bounce. It also helps us rank for this keyword. Many people think that because you're linking from the same domain to another page of the same domain that it doesn't help, but Google splits up it by URL. They don't split it up by domain. So just because two pages are on the same domain doesn't mean you don't get credit for them, because you do. Even though I'm linking to another page on my same site, I still get credit for that, and that still helps me rank for Wrath IRA. All right, so the third thing it helps me do is, these are the three big things. There are other things that helps, but these are the three big things. The third thing is it helps me avoid duplicate content. And the way it does that is, I already have a page on a Wrath IRA here, okay? So let's say, excuse me, that this page described what a Roth IRA was, all right? So what I want to do is I just want to link to it when I bring it up, because I already have a page on this content. Now, if I went on describing what a Roth IRA was again here, that would kind of defeat the whole purpose. And this is what interlinking is for, because if you describe what a Roth IRA is a second time, you can run into duplicate content and you can get your site penalized. I see it all the time. People talk about, like, I have an authority site, I have so many pages, why did my site get penalized? Well, a lot of the times they'll fall back on this. A lot of their pages have the same content when you want to interlink. Okay, so again, I already have a page on a Roth IRA, so all I want to do when I bring it up is link to it instead of explaining what a Roth IRA is again a second time, giving myself a chance to get penalized. Rather than getting penalized, I'm going to just mention it. I'm going to link to it. I'm going to help decrease my bounce rate, and I'm going to help myself rank for this term. So the best advice I can have for interlinking is just try to do it naturally. And you can push it a little bit beyond naturally. Like sometimes I'll try to maybe link to two pages on an article and my main site or something like that. But for the most part, just try to keep it natural. If you mention a topic you already have it on, just link to that topic.
Great. Okay. Now Tony asks. He says, Mike, why don't you put together a step-by-step video on how to use Magic Submitter? It's on page 33 of your ebook, so it's already in there. And Greg is actually testing Magic Submitter on how many sites, Greg? Like 30 sites?
30, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So we're getting more on that. All right. Lonnie wants to know. I'm really looking for the part where you take me step by step with one website. I think I'm missing something. You are, Lonnie. Inside of your OMG Machines VBook, there's a 15 video series of Greg taking you step by step through ranking all of Baton Rouge architects, and that's the same thing that we do with site after site again and again. So it's right in there. Lonnie also asks, is what we're doing spam? It's absolutely not spam, and the reason why it's not spam is your one article to rule them all. What we're doing is we're creating massively different articles with massively different content, with different lessons, with different interesting, poppy, fun headlines, and we're accomplishing that with spin text. And I know that the spin text thing probably scrambled your mind here a little bit, just showing it kind of out of nowhere on this webinar if you haven't been introduced to it before, but it's on page 34 of your VBook, and I go through one article to rule them all there, and it's really terrific. If you have Bring the Fresh, there's 6 videos on one article to rule them all. Let's see here. By the way, lots of compliments, lots of thank yous.
I gotta say, we probably have like the best customers. I love our
Oh, heck yeah.
customers.
I totally agree. I love our customers, and I think
So
we get,
positive.
yeah, they really are. They really, really, really are. Okay, I'm trying to get through all this stuff here. We have just so many great questions, by the way. All right, we're about to the point where we're around 5 minutes away from winding things up. So if you want to spam me with your final questions, feel free to. Also, Greg, can you show them where the blog is again?
Yep.
All right, so that's
So,
omgmachines.com/blog.
And let us know if you liked the webinar, what you liked about it, what you want us to do more of. Do you want us to do more of these webinars? Let us know. We'll do these for you guys. We don't mind coming on and doing these and helping you guys out. So just let us know what you want us to do.
Okay, Patrick Fitzgerald wants to know, can you take a generic domain name like divorcelawyers.com and silo it out for different cities on your site, for different domains and stick to one business? Absolutely. That's one of the things that Greg does with his domination sites. So that's a great way of going. Let's see here. We have a lot of questions coming in. This is really, really great. We have like 95% attendance from the beginning. We still have hundreds and hundreds of people online right now. Let's see. Oh, Scott said he really loved the reviews on the spot, and Dave said the webinar is great. Can you put some curation on your pages? Michael, curation is when you're borrowing content from other people and kind of reorganizing it. I would not put it on your money pages. You could potentially use that as backlinks to your backlinks, but I wouldn't do it for more than that. Let's see. Can you use your OMG system to rank a single post on a non-EMD domain? Yeah, we use them on expired domains as well. We really like to get some sort of an advantage out of our domain. We either want our domain to be old, or to be a client's domain, or to be or to be an exact match domain. We want some sort of an advantage out of our domain.
And Mike, while you're talking and answering these questions, for the people who haven't seen them, I did about 15 example sites for OMG Machines, and to just show you guys it works, I'm going to run through all the sites while Mike's talking, and you'll see that almost all of them are number one by following what I did in OMG Machines in the VBook.
Yeah, and those sites are actually all spelled out. If you go to omgmachines.com / DFY. I actually listed them all out for you there. But yeah, this will be fun for you. Greg loves doing this. He's really proud. He's so passionate about SEO, and he likes going through the various things that he's ranked. He knows them so well. And if you're stuck, if you don't have the latest version of the OMG Machines VBook, you can email me at omg@omgmachines.com, and I'll send you the latest version. Okay, let's see. What is considered to be an old domain? That's a great question, Robert. What do you think about the age of a domain, Greg? What would you say that is?
I would say old. I like old to me is like in the 90s, like late 90s. Like from 96 to 99. That's like old. But even like from 2000 to like 2002 is pretty old. I mean, the older the better.
Okay, great. All right. Let's see. This is from Chris Hudson. If you could do more webinars, it'd be great. It's so nice to be involved in something that actually works. You guys are the absolute best when it comes to the way you treat your students. Thanks, guys, and great job. Oh, thank you so much, Chris. I really, really appreciate that. Ava says she wrote her questions on the blog. Actually, Greg, can you bounce over to the blog? Can we maybe when you're yeah. All right. And by the way, all those sites are on omgmachines.com / DFY. So if you want to go and look at them. And by the way, these are by no means all of the sites that Greg and I have ranked. Most of the sites that we have ranked are for clients, and we can't show them to you. The sites that we have, that's the amazing thing about the 19 sites that we're showing you, is that those are the only sites that we created for OMG Machines, and they all rank. So it's like 19 out of 19.
Yeah, all but one, actually. There's one that got hit by the EMD. I haven't had the time to fix it yet. I'm gonna
which one is that? Which one is that?
It's Maine Commercial Real Estate.
Oh, Maine Commercial Real Estate. I forgot all about that one. Okay, great. So sorry, guys. 19 out of 20. I'll make sure to list that. So 19 out of 20, and we'll make it 20 out of 20 soon. All right. So can you refresh, and then we'll see what we have here. So we have 21 comments here in the Facebook section, and then a number of others. Really appreciate your comments. Very grateful for each of them.
I love Stephanie. She's always so positive.
Yeah, thank you, Stephanie. We really appreciate that. Stephanie's an NHB member. So is Jeremy, actually. It's great.
Yep.
All right, so let's see if there are any actual questions. How fruitful stuff. That's great. Randall.
Beast.
Randall's a beast. Randall, are you on right now? Let me see if Randall's on. I'm going to bring him live if Randall's on. Randall. Randall is live. Oh, but his audio is off. I think he just disappeared. No kidding. He was on, and then I think the second we talked about him. Speak of the devil, and the devil disappears. All right. Well, if he comes back on, I'll let you know. Okay. So let's see. Having a hard time getting started as it's confusing, but I'm slowly finding the path. Info is good. Love it. Gian, the thing is, the best thing that we can tell you is that it's real, and I think that should give you the motivation to go forward. That's one of the great things about go to omgmachines.com/DFY. Type in some of those keywords for yourself. See the reality of it. Soak that in. I think that's one of the best exercises that you can do. Greg will go to this page and he'll scroll down, and you can see all these sites laid out there for you. Just type them into Google like Greg does, and get familiar with these. Remember, these are tools for you in your tool chest. If instead of doing affiliate websites, if you want to do client getting, these are all part of your tool chest to help you acquire websites, and you can show this to people, and say, hey, I'm in an elite training program with this guy, the one man gang, Greg Morrison, and I'm there with Mike Long. These are two guys who make $100,000 a month, and they're showing me how to make websites. And these are some of the sites that are part of the program, and you can see that not only do they rank, but they rank highly, and they rank for a bunch of stuff. It's a really, really great way of doing it. And I think that's one of the things. I know that when I was getting started, I just gained so much confidence from from just figuring out who really was making money, and then learning from that person. And that was just really, really critical for me. All right, I think you guys are great. I haven't delved into your program much yet, but just by what you have to offer and the way you commit yourself to others, I think I can benefit from your program. Yeah, definitely apply yourself. Look, just tune out the noise and focus on what we're doing here. We talk about this in your OMGV book. These are great comments. But tune out the noise. Go for your $3 million. Thanks for the feedback, guys. I'll go and make the changes to the anchor text. Great, though. How would I monetize the site? I do not monetize it. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a sell, rent, lease site, Ruth. That she's talking about her Austin recovery center site. David Donathan, hey, Greg, love the information. Trying to get started with my site, but I know a lot about SEO and such. But I've picked up a few tricks from you. Thanks a lot. Thanks to you, Mike, David, and Greg. That's great.
Do you want to address this one, Mike?
Let's see, Maurice. Another question. I just purchased the $47 VBook. Is there more? I thought there was a $99. Yeah. If you go to, he's talking about OMG Machines Nitro. That's if you go to Greg. If you go to omgmachines.com/nitro-update. So this is where you can pick up update. Yeah, just singular. And we're not selling this separately anymore nowadays. If people join, they have to get both. So if you got the OMG Machines, just the VBook without Nitro, then this is how you can upgrade if you want to. And this gives you $99 off if you want to join our wonderful NHB program, which actually is almost sold out. But
we're now selling the whole thing as a pack, though.
Yeah, so when you go to the front page of omgmachines.com, it's just a package. It's a package deal. It's the only way that you can get it, and then that's that.
And for those of you who got it, you got it cheaper than we're offering it now. So
yeah, for sure. So it's really, really special offer, really wonderful stuff. Yeah, that's right. If you go to the front page, you'll see it's $179 now. So everyone here who's online, got a special deal on it. And that's thank you for jumping in the deep end of the pool early.
Basically, right. People told us we were crazy for the price we were selling at, so we bumped it up a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. Okay, so let's see. I want to close things out. Obviously we go on forever and ever, but we've been on for 2 hours and still have hundreds of people on. Really appreciate it. Make sure to go over to omgmachines.com/blog. Let us know what you think about the event. And Greg, can you just go to omgmachines.com/DFY one last time? This is such a wonderful program. I'm so proud to offer this to you. Actually, Greg, can you scroll over that graphic of the gold sites? This is what it's like being with Greg.
Which one?
Oh, it's right there. It is. Yeah, there it is. This is what it's like being with Greg. By the way, if you want Greg to build you a gold site, he'll build you a gold site. Whatever site you want, whatever keyword you want. This is where to get it. U plus DFY equals money getting. You'll be able to pour your passion into it. We'll help you get your start. Help rocket you ahead. We really think of this as a rocket start program, and we're really, really proud of it. So we hope that you'll come join us for either for our DFY program or for OMG No Holds Barred. Either way, you're gonna get to be involved with Greg. Go ahead, Greg. Were you gonna say something?
You got no new screenshot for that, Mike. We moved up a little bit. Let's see. We were number 4. We were number 4 and 9. We're now number 3 and 5, so we moved up a little.
This is how Greg. I'm telling you, this is how it is with Greg. It's always Up and up and up. All right. Well, anyways, I want to thank everyone so much for joining the event. Again, go to omgmachines.com/blog and click in on that first post. Let us know how you enjoyed it. Let us know if you want us to do it again. Let us know the high points, and if you think we can do something better, let us know about that too. And we just really, we appreciate you. We're so glad to be here with you, and we're rooting on your success. We're cheering on your success. And let us know one last thing. Let us know. Do you want us? I'm actually going to turn on my screen recorder here, and I'm going to go to the questions here, so we can kind of see it live. Let's see if I can pull up the. Let's see, turn off my camera because it'll look a little weird. I want to know if you think that we should do another one of these events. So let me know if you enjoyed the event and if you think we should do this again, or was one time plenty and you never want to see one of these events again. So just let us know. We're getting ever since I said that. Awesome. Thanks. Love the training. Thank you so much. It's my first web. This is a Webby, by the way, everyone. We don't do webinars. We do Webbies because Webbies are more fun. Awesome. Thanks. Love these trainings. Let's see. Great job. Love you guys. For Nitro, it's
omgmachines.com/nitro-update. Thanks so much, guys, from PS. Let's see here. We've got thanks a million, guys. Thank you, guys. Looking forward to the next Webby. Thanks for the special deal. Really appreciate it. Definitely do more Webbies. Yes. How do I sleep now? Bob says. Yes, do it again. Yes. This webinar was worth the Starbucks coffee. Seems like you liked it that much. Yes, please. Absolutely. Hells yeah. Encore. Yes, again. Yes, please do it again. This is amazing, Greg. Are you looking at these comments?
I can't see him. I don't know how to get to him.
I'm recording it for posterity. It's awesome. It's in your little question box. It's really, you should click in because it's extraordinary. There's just dozens of them. They just keep going and going. Thank you from Australia. You're making it really hard for me to concentrate on my job. Tomorrow, please. Word, fantastic. Which book do you go through first? Go through your OMG Machines V-book first. Thank you for the awesome webinar. Thanks from Chicago. You guys freaking rock. Thanks. It was great. I dig. Can we still join NHB? Yes, there are still a few slots open for NHB. I think that maybe it'll last a few more days. So NHB, extraordinary program. I think that, by the way, if you're an NHB member and you really like it, go ahead and post on the blog and let people know what it's like. We'd really appreciate that. Matt Baden says, I really want to do this full time. It'll happen anytime soon. 4 a.m. in the Netherlands. Still enjoyed every minute. Thank you, Erwin. You really just so wonderful. We are planning on doing more of these webinars, especially after this fantastic display of passion that everyone's letting us know how much they enjoyed it, and really appreciated your comments on the blog. Let me click over to the blog here. Really appreciate all these terrific comments and all the positivity. Everyone's saying like all this good stuff, and we just really appreciate you. So I want to thank you. We'll wind up going to oh shoot, I didn't record it. I meant to record it. Well, I'll record it right now. So what we want you to do is go ahead. Actually, we're still getting these comments in. Greg and Mike, it's 5:07 in Israel. Says Ava, smiley face. Can you please make it a different time? Says Ron. Got late here, but it's great. Are there any groups in Austin, Texas that'll be doing your NHB program? Our NHB program is online, so you can do it from anywhere in the world. Let's see. Love your stuff, says Shirley. Fantastic word. Tomorrow, please. It's great stuff. I'm kind of recording these comments so people will be able to see them, but there's just dozens and dozens of them that were really late in the event here, and there's just so much. When I asked whether you'd like to see this again, just incredible comments. So head over to OMG machines.com/blog, post your comment there, and also go to Anna says no, don't go. That's great. We really appreciate that. Well, we'll do this again with your wonderful positivity powering us. It really feels great to do this, and let us know what your favorite part was on the blog, and go over to omg.com/GFY. I think it'll change your life. I really do. So thank you very much on behalf of myself and Greg. Greg, I don't know if you have anything else that you want to say, but I really enjoyed this.
I gotta go watch my rerun of Sons of Anarchy, so we'll see you guys soon.
All right, see you guys soon. All right, I'm going to end the event now, but thank you so much, everyone. It's just been absolutely wonderful. All right, take care.